about the mosaic.
Perfect. We are live now. Go ahead, Bernie.
I use space quickly. Um, I was telling Nick about a book that I find very interesting and I believe has to do with our studies. It's titled Ishmael, um, and and yeah, if I had summarized 2 points of that book, Ishmael, um, the the concept of mindset that we all share by the culture that we are living in one world today, and that is you're asking the word mosaic. I don't know is this pronounced well in English, but it's a kind of teaching that you don't get it initially because it's you start to slowly come to see it. It's like I, I believe pieces that are, and at first you don't understand, you don't see it, but after some time and taking the different point of view and this, you find out that an image appears that you didn't have it in the beginning. That's sorry I took the time.
No, no, not at all. Thank you, Bernie, for bringing that up. And please do.
Oh, okay. So that will be the false image, right? False image.
Uh, you understand, Jant, what you said?
So he's asking if that will be the false image.
A false image. Yes, could be a false image, but finally it's an image seen not from a distance. Pixels, images from in the TV or whatever are pixels. You need a certain distance. You need to understand. Animals don't see images as we see them because we are culture bound to see uh, those pixels at some distance, and the image comes. Sorry, my English, but
Yes.
I do my best.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you, Bernie. Uh, well, last week we went through the chapter Harmless Whim, which I believe was chapter 8. And I'm actually looking forward to hearing how the week went for you. What happened? What did you do? Anything that you guys would like to share? Welcome, Swati. Did
Hello
anyone do
everyone.
anything? Oh, you're muted, David.
Did anybody do anything?
Hmm.
So I'll share if no one is sharing.
Sure.
Um. So India is a different culture. There are a lot of things.
Nishant, your voice is breaking a bit. You seem to be having issue with connection, or is it just me?
No, breaking up.
Me
Me
too.
too. Me too.
Oh yeah, no, I have connection issues. So is this better?
Yeah, much better. Yeah, I can hear you
Can
now.
hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So in I mean, now things have changed in India, but when I was there was social lot of things you cannot say and do and what have you. Um, so when I came to US, I decided not to continue to follow those restrictions. I mean, not in any what is called violent or malignant way, but just some simple stuff. For example, if I go to the office and I see someone dressed nicely, I would just say, "Oh, you dress nicely." That you cannot say in India. So those are the simple whims that uh, I used to let it through me, and till date I do that. But I actually had good experience with that because it actually helped me uh, grow, um especially in this society, much quicker than I would have without it.
Did you try any of those this last week?
And that is my usual. That is my MO actually.
Can you describe one that you did?
Uh, what is? I think it was this morning. So this one staff lady, she has a tattoo on the neck, and it is shaped like a three pronged, like a sword or something, and it looked pretty like a cultish. So I said, are you part of a cult or something? And she said, no, no, this was something else, but now that I'm older, it looks like weird and it looks like a bat and stuff. I said, I'm sure you are part of a dark, cult that you don't know and don't want anyone to be aware of. And it just turned out to be a good, fun conversation.
Yeah,
So it was out of nothing. Otherwise, we would have just gone through our business and not said anything.
exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly. Perfect. So she didn't have you arrested. She didn't hit you over the head with a hammer or anything.
yeah,
You just,
not yet.
not yet. And she's thinking about it now. But okay. So how did you feel when you did that?
I just felt good. I felt that it was a light, you know, um, conversation which actually made our day better, both of
Yeah.
us.
When you got ready to do it, I'm assuming that you don't do this every single day, but when you got ready to do it, how did you feel?
Hmm.
You noticed her mark, and then rather than just ignoring it, something clicked in you and you made a comment. Kind of um, a risky comment.
Yeah, because I don't know her. Like I don't even know her name and stuff.
Right. She's just one of the employees there in the hospital, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean it just felt what do you call it just felt natural to me. And like if I did not say, I would feel that okay, I want to say something and I'm like suppressing myself.
Mm.
Okay,
I can share one example
go for it.
from this week. So usually on a daily basis, I go to my lab to do my research work. Last Friday, I was heading this Friday, I mean, I was heading to my lab, and suddenly I decided, oh, I'm not gonna go to work today. I'm just gonna go to the library and sit there. And but I'll work from the library. I'll do the whole thing that I do in my lab, but I'll do it uh, inside the library. And luckily, all we had was meetings that day. So I was, I thought, okay, this is harmless. I can still get my job done, and I can just get through the exercise. It's just that my colleagues were surprised to find me online and calling from library rather than coming in and being at the lab.
So when you say you had to work on this stuff, you meant you worked on it together.
Yes,
You normally work on it together, and usually you're physically there with them. And this time, so how did you feel at that moment
it felt strange. It felt strange to justify why
to
uh, I was
justify?
why I was at the library and not at my lab.
So you had to justify?
Well, they asked me, "What are you doing at the library? Why are you not here?"
Okay. So when you made the decision, because the normal habit is you're going to go meet with all these people, right? And you guys are going to work, get things done. And then you decided to do this other thing. And then you signed into Zoom, and there you were. The moment they saw you, how did you feel? Hmm.
I didn't think about it that much at the time. Uh, but now looking back at it, uh,
I mean, here you are. You've physically started something different, and it's still all in your own mind, right?
yeah,
But then you log in to the event with the other people there.
yeah.
The moment you touch the login button, did you feel anything?
Uh, I would say there was restlessness. Uh,
Restlessness.
yes,
There's no restlessness. You did it. You weren't restless. You're there and now you decided to do it. Now you did it. Click. You mean nervous? You were nervous.
yes, yeah,
Okay, so you're nervous about starting
uh,
as something new, right?
yeah.
Good. And then when you actually, I guess what is it? It came on the screen or
Hmm. Yeah, just like this. And my colleagues were asking, why the hell are you not here? And where are you?
So when you showed up on your screen and you knew that they knew you showed up on the screen, how did you feel at that moment?
Nervous, I guess.
Nervous?
Uh, or I don't know how to describe it, which word to choose. Uh,
Okay. Well, this is we're trying to get a feeling for self-observation, and then we're doing something a harmless whim to see, can we see something different about ourselves? Something we would never do, and now you did it.
mhm.
That's all.
Is it playful you are looking for, David?
It can be. I mean, it could be playful.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that I was.
At that moment, you were doing something utterly different and you were taking a chance. Just like with you, Nishant, you noticed this tattoo, and just at that moment, you entered into something for you, Nishant. It was like societal different. It was different to comment
Yeah.
on another human's physical characteristic in that work environment, you know. Most people just keep doing what they're doing. At that moment, you made a decision and you went with it because of the simplicity of your spirit. It worked out nicely with her. You know, she had a little fun, you had a little fun, but there was that moment just before. We'll get back to that. Alka, did you do your thing with saying hello to everybody on the planet or
Not
whatever
on the
you?
planet.
Oh,
Well, that's the goal, eventually to take to the planet. But yeah, I did reach Bangalore yesterday, and I spoke about going to my other office, right, where I wanted
oh,
to
right,
open
right,
a
right, right,
business.
right. Yeah.
So yes, I did it. I did it, and it for some reason I thought it would be, but it I realized it's not really. It really wasn't really a difficult thing to do. It came really easy and naturally to me at that point in time. I was thinking day before yesterday, what is it that we were supposed to do? And I completely forgot because there was so much happening. And I wanted to write a mail to Nikhil, but then I realized that it was about this when I started traveling and I was in the flight. When the wind started come to forefront. That's when I realized it. But and there was a series of instances that kept happening, and I realized that these instances keep happening every day, in fact.
But now,
One, hmm,
normally when you go to that office,
yeah,
you just report to your desk and start working.
no, no, because we go there not very often. We go there rarely. It's in another city, so it's actually a normal thing to just go say hi to everyone, catch up with everyone. Then,
You normally do that.
yeah.
Okay, so there wasn't anything different for you in that.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So
So, but
that
one thing that I am doing that is unusual is that I was really stuck to my food habits. And as a child, I used to fast for 30 days in this month. This is a month called Shravan, and I used to fast. So now I have started it again uh, this month. So it is not so much of like a mental thing rather than a grumbling of the stomach when you're fasting. But it
sure.
does. Hmm, It
Yeah.
it does bring in a little bit of discomfort sometimes, but then I don't know, nothing is really bothering me.
We're not
Apart
talking about
from
anything. We're not talking about something that's bothering you.
hmm,
It's like doing something just a little different that's a harmless whim.
Yeah.
Like a harmless whim, like Nishant, he sees this thing and he actually says, "Hey, what is that? You're a member of a cult." That's funny.
Okay. So yesterday, it brings me a sense of joy, to say the least. Like yesterday, this colleague of mine, we were having dinner, and after dinner, we were hanging by the ice cream place, and there were some fountains around, right? And she was like, "Come, let's go." And there was like the whole team, and I before that, my wife was like, "You go there, I'll take a picture." I said, "No." He's like, "No, no, I'm joking." Then this colleague asked me to go to that fountain, and it was an unusual thing to do. We are in an open mall, right? And all in our formals and stuff like that. So I had to take my shoes off to go into that fountain, like those little springs.
Good. Yeah.
And he did that. And I was overwhelmed with joy at that moment. There was nothing else that mattered. Uh,
Okay. That's nice.
Joy was all I could feel. So I think that's an example of a weird thing. It
They could be. That's an example. And, so doing things like that, set the intention to do it.
No,
You
I did not put an
I
intention.
know you just fell into it, but it was beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Like if everybody was getting ready to go and you go, hang on, I just need to do this little dance, you know,
Yeah.
and that would have really, people.
I actually did that.
And then if you do it, it's like fun for them too. Okay. So anybody else, Swati, did you have any experiences along these lines?
I think I missed this. What
Okay.
they're talking about. If you can hint me something, I'm trying to understand.
Sure. Yeah. So the concept in this chapter was to do to follow a harmless whim. Do you know what the word whim is?
No.
Okay. It's kind of I'm not sure all of them, the derivation of it. What it basically means is you just suddenly decide, you know, it's, you just, it just pops into your mind to go do this. Okay. And like, oh, I will go get an ice cream, or you know what, I'm going to go drive around the park just because it's so nice. Um, or saying something to a colleague that, you know, you may not ever say before, like, I think I really love the Detroit Tigers now, something. And so it's doing something that's a little fun, a little risky, but it's harmless, doesn't harm anybody.
Hmm.
Okay. So does anybody remember what mine was going to be?
Oh, the hat!
The hat. Yes, yes.
Okay, so mine, I was going to wear a hat as much as I could during the week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
What do you
You definitely did.
think? Uh,
Atta.
Sierra Sun-Grown.
that's a cannabis farm
Oh,
up
wow.
here.
Now you piqued my interest.
So anyway, I virtually never wear a hat. Okay, I sometimes do, but I virtually never wear a hat. So then I've got the hat on, and then I go to something that I've been doing over and over and over again, right? But I have the hat on. So it's weird for them, for my friends and stuff to see with me with a hat on. They go, "Oh, you know." For instance, my neighbor, I told I told you what I was going to tell. She says the first time she just kind of went like this, what are you doing? And the next time she says, "What are you doing wearing this hat? You never wear a hat." And I said to her, "I wear a hat. I've been wearing a
All the
hat
time.
as long as I can remember." I put as long as I can remember, which is one day. And but she was like, and she finally went, she took the hat off and she says, "That's who you are." And but some people had no response. Okay.
Yeah.
But each time, and this is why I wanted to kind of dissect the action, because every time I went into a new environment with the hat on, with a group of people that was different than, where I was different than I was before, there was this moment of uncertainty, right, Nikhil?
Yeah.
But then I did it anyway. What is the description of how I felt when I did it anyway?
Yeah. I think you are overcoming the will of the machine at that point.
100%, but I wasn't overcoming the will of the machine. I was doing something that the machine wasn't even used to.
Hmm.
So that's called, in this particular work, it's a moment of freedom.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at that moment of freedom, I felt emboldened. I felt so strong. I felt good, like Alka dancing in the in the pond or whatever it was, you know. It was it was bold. And that's why I was trying to get to you, Nikhil. That was a bold thing you did. Harmless, but fun, bold and fun. Oh, I just felt like I was going to do it from the library tonight. And this sends a giant message to the machine. It says to the machine, somebody else is in town too. The court jester, as they call it, right? You know this term.
No, no, I don't.
Oh, the court jester. Okay, oh well, maybe from when there were the crown princes and kings and in France, England, Spain, etc. Right? It was like an incredibly tense political series of political relationships. All right. Everybody was, the king had ultimate power, but everybody was like trying to get themselves in, right? But then there was the court jester, and he was given permission to do or say anything he wanted.
Ah, I see. Because
Yeah,
they
Joker.
couldn't.
like a joker. Yeah, he could say jokes, even say things about the king, but because he was the jester, he had no power. So we can go through life as the court jester. We're not quite attached to anything. Like, for instance, Nikhil, for you to do what you did, and also Nishant to do what you did, you were not attached to the social norms of those moments. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You've given up an attachment, the attachment that says, here's how I'm supposed to behave. Well, make sure everybody thinks you're exactly like you were before. And then you wind up wearing a hat, right? one friend says, "Oh, well, I'm going to start wearing a hat too." Right? So the attachment to compliance or to acting properly goes out of the window, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
It does bring in a sense of nervousness, like also because you are thinking what the other person is going to think and what the other people are going to think. But I think for me, the joy kind of overpowered that sensation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good point because I can relate to that as well because moment before I started my call, there was nervousness. But then it happened. They asked why I'm not there. I just told them, I'm just working from here, and then we moved on. And
Yeah.
then there was a sense of relief after that, and it was almost there was playfulness. It followed by playfulness as well. So from nervousness to playfulness.
But it was important for me is for us to recognize that little moment of freedom
Yeah.
when we're free.
Yeah.
Like, Nishant is a very serious guy. He's a certain kind of personality. I've never met him, but that's what I'm putting on him. But he did something fun, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't that like a fun little fantastic, right? Swati, does that give you an idea of what we're talking
Oh,
about?
yeah, and I'm doing that kind of stuff a lot these days.
Oh, good. Okay.
So
There
the
you
very
go.
best example I want to state is like since beginning of my childhood, I think I talked about that I had some kind of fear, right? That okay, I will do something that principal of my residential school will throw me out of the school or some kind of fear, right? So when
Yeah.
it's been 3 years I'm working with this particular team where I'm working. And the manager he's a super like a kind of like a guy who is serious and always wants like discipline and meeting very strict and meeting the deadlines and qualities and all that. Okay, so when like every Thursdays we goes to work, right? So when he's around, everybody would be like, okay, you know what? The boss is around, boss is around. So I'm like, okay, I was all my life like fearful of boss or principal or parents, everybody, right? I'm like, let's do one thing, okay? What happens? He's human being, I'm human being, age-wise, there is no much difference. What will happen at the last? Like he will throw me out of job. Okay, let me be myself. I will look like I will give a gesture that I don't care. I'm doing my work correctly, 110%. I'm meeting the deadlines, everything, but I am not looking scared and I am not scared inside. And I think that gives some kind of scary message to that guy that why she's not scared. I think when you stop.
It does
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
you bet it does. But there's another thing, it also gives him an opportunity for freedom. Maybe he
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
need to be a jerk every single minute. You
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
experience it every single day, the same emotion for the same
Yeah.
person.
So this is the part of practical work on self where we get to have fun. I'm back on working my way through the Bhagavad Gita with these guys on Tuesdays, right? Oof, we're on chapter 3, but I can't remember which chapter it is, but one of the chapters is um, on non-attachment. I mean, Krishna really gets into that deep, right? I mean, he's big deal for him. And when that chapter comes up, I'm going to say, do you guys know the great, and this probably won't go over well in this group, but do you know the great Tibetan scholar, George Gershwin? Do any of you know who George Gershwin is?
It
No.
looks like Bernie knows because he's smiling.
But
George Gershwin is a great composer
Vision.
from the beginning of the 19th the 20th century, last century, like in the 20s, 30s. He wrote Rhapsody in Blue, but he also wrote the music for a great opera, light opera. It's called Porgy and Bess. Do you ever hear? Does that ring a bell, Bernie, at all?
Yes, of course.
Can you put the name in the chat? Maybe
Yes,
David
please.
or Bernie?
And in the one of the great songs that is performed by the main guy, okay, is Plenty of Nothing. So I'm going to sing that to the group when we get to that chapter.
Yes.
Yeah, Gershwin, George Gershwin. He's like standard American, really American composer. You know, beautiful. Rhapsody in Blue. That's an easy, beautiful one to listen to.
Oh, I've heard this song before, but I never knew that it was by this artist. Looks like he's a pianist,
He's
primarily.
the composer
Porgy and Bess.
Porgy,
Porgy
Porgy.
and Bess. Okay.
Yeah, and he wrote the music for this opera, and a couple other guys wrote the lyrics. But anyway, so that's like a fun thing I'm going to do, and you can imagine in a little environment like that where we're studying, you know, the Gita, what does it really mean, and to start singing, I've got plenty of nothing. And nothing is plenty for me. I got no car, I got no goat, I got no misery. There's the Gita right there.
Has gone crazy. All the doctors.
Good, let him call. But you know, so that's doing stuff like that is we're so constrained with how I've been almost all my life of how I present to others that I'm afraid to do the fun things that are in my heart. They're there. So that's what, like Swati's example is a good example. To consciously do it, you'll feel the moment you enter into the moment of freedom. It's just like your essential self unattaches from the machine. Kind of cool.
Voluntary, the word.
Yeah.
You're exercising some kind of internal will, no?
You bet. You
Yeah.
bet.
You feel
I
some
have
power
seen
and liberty.
You know, it almost felt like when I did the library thing, it almost felt like uh, this was an alternate timeline where I usually go to lab, but today in this world I'm here, and it,
yeah.
and it, so that brought in a little bit of sense of freedom, as you said. Oh, something new can happen over here because this is a new place.
Right. Right. And you know, and you
And that
have the,
moment is so immersive, like so immersive. With these moments of giving your whims a chance are so immersive that you're grounded in your attention at an instant. I don't know if you'd call it grounded, but you're totally inward, like you're totally whole in that moment of.
you're moving from within. You know, you're not acting in defensiveness.
Yeah.
And
I want to say something also.
Michelle.
Yeah, I want to say something when say not active on defensiveness. So I didn't quite done the exercise, but in a way I did it, but it's a little differently. It happens. It's like I got into. Can you hear me well?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please go
So
ahead.
I was in a situation when I came to do a job to help someone, and they didn't want me to do it, and they even kind of lash out on me and say, "I don't like how you do it. I don't want you to do it." So I was just very enthusiastic about coming to help, and then I got that response. Negative response. So I was a little shocked, yeah, very surprised. And then so I left, and then I keep thinking about how can I get back to them because they did that to me, a little reaction. And I imagine maybe I should write an email, maybe I should say something, defend myself, yeah. And then suddenly I got that realization to drop it all and to make a song because I like to make song now with Suno. So and what came to me is that song. Yeah, then I remember that song that EG said it's a work song. It's called Don't Let It Show. Don't Let It Show. It was in the 70s. It was a very, very strong song. And if you ever want to find it, you can find it on YouTube. And it's called Don't Let It Show. And so it's a song that says, whatever happened to you, don't let it show. And he just said that's a work song. So suddenly I wanted to do a song on Don't Let It Show because that was like that moment of freedom that I felt that I shouldn't let it show. All these things I imagined that I should respond after I got criticized, I decided no. And so I went back to the kitchen later on because it was an event that happened in the kitchen. And I just did the job that I wanted to do, not the same job to help, but I did my job, other jobs, and I did it really well and concentrated, but also completely detached of whatever happened before to me. So I felt that freedom, that moment of freedom when I did that, to don't show any reaction or any negativity, and it felt really good.
Good.
That's a great song.
Yeah, then I did a song copying that idea, but different song, and it was also very freeing. Yeah. So that was a little example, but
Yeah. It's a good example. Yeah.
David, I would like to say something. In the animal world, which of course, we are part of it, the individual animal or beast or whatever you call it that acts unusually is dangerous. Mm, and it has some the herd has a lot of power over the no? And in our world it's also that kind of situation that we have to, of course, be careful. But there are two reactions I usually see when we do that whim that permits ourselves to be free. People, like children, say to us, "You never do that thing," or
Yeah,
"You always do that thing." And
that's right.
those two concepts are childish. Never and always are concepts that if you take your time to audit, they are concepts that are for the children use them a lot because it's a structured world for protection, of course. but we are not, I assume, we are not children anymore, at least.
Yeah.
This is really useful. I just feel that I don't know about if everybody would like to slow down, but I would like to exercise this for one more week uh, with an intention.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea because Swati wasn't able to do it, and I kind of didn't really do it in the way it was presented. It kind of happened to me in a different way.
Yeah, I think this is a good one to do it twice because the fun things can happen. And since it's harmless, you are that's even better.
Yeah, like this
Yeah,
whole thing
yeah,
of
really fun.
that to do something like I like what Bernie had to say, like when kids say, "Oh, you always do that," or more likely they say, "You always say that," you know. So to do, Michelle, to do or say something different than is expected would be very interesting for you. You know what I mean?
Mm, what do you mean?
Mhm.
Another answer to that could have been no.
Somebody here listening already started. You always do that.
Right.
Oh,
And
Michelle is always so nice, so French. She always has so kind. Well, not always, I suppose.
well,
Okay, so
Them, of course.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything yet, but there's a lot of possibility.
yeah. Like if people expect you to complain, okay, and then when you know that they're going to expect you to complain, you might just go, "Gosh, I'm really glad I'm being able to do this right now." It's like, "Oh man, this is fantastic." I'm going to take out the trash or the garbage or oh, I'm going to do the dishes. I love doing the dishes, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And people,
So there are two ways of going about it. One is like you did, David. You decided that you're going to try those hats on. There's another way is that you decide in an instant, like you decide on the spot that let me try this, right?
yeah, like Nishant did. He
Mm.
just, it presented itself, he took it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
gonna
put my
see.
head to something that I can plan and do, but I'll do it in moments in time.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the more you can do this, it'll get you ready for the class that's coming up pretty soon.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
How long do these classes last? 1 hour?
Forever.
Not long enough?
This will be where it's only for people that would like to do it. Not everybody has to do it, but you have to do a comedy spot
Okay,
for
that sounds fun.
10 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes 10 minutes is probably too long for most people. So you have to entertain us.
Okay. That'll be fun.
Next week?
When he's gonna be
Next
really
week?
good at it with
Nikhil
all
Next week?
his
just says,
like
he says,
goofy jokes.
Nikhil goes nothing. Says,
No, No, does it have to be comedy or it can be just any form of
No, it's
entertainment?
got to be comedy, buddy.
Okay.
Comedy. Don't get into your comfort zone, Nikhil.
I know it.
That's right. That's what I was thinking.
You got it. I can give you just a quick lecture on electromagnetic.
Like
No,
a
I was thinking
stand-up.
I
No,
could do a music thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, we know.
Bernie,
stand-up.
like stand-up comedy. Okay.
Yes, 5 minutes. It's a challenge, eh? 5 minutes is a lot of time, but
Yeah,
a good
300,
challenge.
300 seconds.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Sounds fun. Okay, cool.
All you jokers out there, I know Swati's she's ready.
Well, we are preparing to be court jesters for the
I'm
rest of
gonna
our
have fun
lives.
doing this
So,
one. Really.
all right.
Are
So,
we planning this for the next Monday? Coming
No,
Monday?
no.
No?
I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I'm just when it feels right, then I'm gonna say, well, next week.
maybe how about you just put us on the spot
Mm.
right then and there.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I mean, it's like you'll open up this space and say, okay, instead of chapter 9, here's what we're gonna do. That'll
Yeah.
give you a few weeks to practice. You can practice your routine with your dog. If your dog bites you, then you have to change it a little bit.
Or your imaginary cat.
Who knows? Maybe a stand-up comedian will be born out of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, that exercise can be part of the red-faced donkey.
Well, that's exactly right. The red-faced donkey is
That feels so cute.
doing something that you think will embarrass you. Then once you do it, you realize it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the game plan for the week. We are still going through another week of Harmless Swim and just go about it your way, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. And
So
let's
I
come
have to
back.
pick a new one, right? Because the hat one's too easy now.
No, your next step in the hat evolution is that when you go in front of that lady again, you change hats. Like you were changing
So carry multiple hats.
in front of that. Yeah. But you can choose your own. I was just kidding.
Yeah, I might have to think of another one, like going to dinner with some friends and eating with my hands,
Yeah.
or just lifting the plate up and that might not be harmless when they might throw me in jail on that one. So
I think the highlight here that we should keep in mind is harmless.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an important. That's
is
why it
what?
has that's why it has the
The
word.
word harmless, we should
Harmless,
remember it
harmless,
before
harmless,
we use.
harmless. Okay.
Well, let's come back next week and see.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing all of your stories.
See you.
Yes.
I'm going now to have dinner with my friends, so I will.
Wow.
After dinner, I will do this.
It's in the middle of the night, Bernie.
Oh, somebody was talking about the fart machine.
Yes.
It wasn't me.
Bernie's
wasn't
already
me.
ready with it.
He's got his fart
Maybe you
machine.
should take that. Maybe you should take that to your dinner.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
shit. No, Nikhil, that's too much.
See, it's winter there, so you can put it in your jacket.
Yes.
Just when you're real quiet, just stick your finger in there and go like. But you have to look around like this too. You have to go, what's
Yes,
that? You'll probably get arrested. So that's good.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
all
right,
see you guys
everybody.
next week.
Bye,
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Good to see you, Michelle.